Bah humbug. Are we having a good time on the charts or not? Let's find out.
Wait. Matron, take them away.
And a warm welcome to one and all. First time here, silly sod, that is the Scruffy trader. And what I'm looking at this morning is cable. So let's fire the chart on. I'll show you roughly what I'm looking at, and we'll see if we can drag some pips out of it. So bear with me just a second. So here's cable chart, 5 minutes. And the signs on it are looking pretty darn good. Now, I've already done quite an in-depth video for the guys in the squad how I'm going to trade this, which is here. And I do that because I think it's only fair they see what I'm doing before I do it. Easiest way. All right. And I also go a step further where this morning they'll have seen what the biases are, etc., as we go through it, and that is there. And then very early morning, the homework starts by starting to figure out what the currency strengths are, etc. And if I flick back to that bias, which is here, what I'm looking at is this, because it's the best of the bunch that I've picked out. It's telling me it's a good trade. It's also told me to wait, which is kind of why we're still waiting for it. Monitoring in A. Excellent. All right. So what's all that mean? It just means don't rush the process. Don't go mad at it. So in this 5 minute chart, what I'm seeing is a good area of retraction here. But it could easily pull down to this point here. All right. So what I'm going to do and how I'm going to trade this is I'm looking to buy it. All right. And the market's been sort of pushing up, and now it's through the night it was pretty flat. So the idea now is to try and see if there's an opportunity to get in. And it's not as difficult as it looks, because you can sort of say, well, it's pushing down. Well, it is. But if I've got a bias to the upside, who's to say that I can't wait for it to push down to push up? Simple. Or at least seems to be simple. But an easy way to do this is candle counter thing. Now, it's currently just gone 10 to 10. I only want about 10 pips. I'm certainly going to be careful today because it's Friday. And I'm certainly going to be careful because if this runs on longer than I expect, I could get caught because it's non-farm payroll this afternoon. I need to be careful with that. So if this is pushing down, see the level, and I can see key points of attraction down here. Well, you can just use basic market structures to start figuring this out and just put a fib on it. See, there's a move kind of started there, it came, and then the accelerant was here. So if I just drop that on there, and pull that back up to the highest point, well, where's it at? That's it, our lovely 50%. So can that be an entry point? Or can this be an entry point? Who knows? Might even work its way all the way down here. But what it's shown me is areas of attraction. So the next thing I need to figure out is where's my 10 pips? Well, I want to be in that zone. So I either need to enter above this, because that can be a break line, or below this. Right. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll put a little rectangle on so we can recognize where our point is. From there through up to there. I can't enter in that zone. Why? Well, it's very simple. I either have to break the zone or be underneath it. So it's got to come out. So I can put a pending order here, this 38 line, to then move up. Or I can just follow this down and see what happens. Now, I like price to come to me. So that's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to wait. I'm going to see if that'll push down under there and then get through. Or I'm going to enter at this point here. Now, if I'm going to enter above, I can do a candle count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that 38 line is quite attractive. Simple. You know. And that's all I do. And then where's my 10 pip target? Ideally, it'll be before. Well, what do you know? There you go. There's 10 pips. So if I put it from there to that red line, that'll pay me. And then it'll follow on from what I was showing the guys yesterday, when that was my day yesterday. I had a colossal day yesterday doing natural gas. It could have been better, but it could have been a damn sight worse as well. So that's it. That's my play. So I'm just going to put a pending order on. Top of that candle. 10 pips. Just like so. Just put it on that 38 line. So I'm going to buy the 38 up into there. Happy days. If that doesn't trigger, I will follow the candles down, but only after they've broke through this red mark. So let me run the trade and I'll come back to you when it's done. Okay, guys, what we're going to do now. Well, that's that hour finished because it's now coming up to 11 o'clock. Reassess this again. I've already carved some off. I don't need that order. It doesn't look like it needs it. And as you can see, we've already got money out. We only wanted 10 pips. We've done it. That we can kill this now. And that's the end of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close off this first order. Just like so. Because it'll come back and take it away. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull that stop onto that break even point. And now what we're going to do is I've got a target here. Just going to expand that slightly and see if it pushes up. I can't lose. That's the beauty of this. I literally cannot lose. And this is part of management of trading. So get rid of that. Don't need that anymore. And I don't need any of these anymore because I now know where I'm at. I'm going to follow the price. And that's it. So that's what we're going to do over the course of the next few minutes. It might come down, stop me out. And if it does, I don't care. Because look, I've already got the 50 quid. You know, in fact, I've got more than 50 quid. I've also got 14 in the bank. So I'm now ahead of the game. I'm well ahead of the game. That's what trading is. And just while this is playing out, I'll give you sort of some of my thoughts on this. We discussed it this morning heavily in the morning call. Now, in our morning calls, it's not so much technical. And sometimes I do get a little bit riled up because a lot of guys come in and all they want to see is the chart. They just say, I want to see the chart. I want to see what you're trading today. Well, one, I'm not doing signals, and two, it won't teach you anything. If you're going to survive in this game, it has to be from your personal sort of circumstances. And what I mean by that, I'll come back to my favourite quote. Know thyself, it is the beginning of wisdom. The chart is easy. The chart is dead simple, you know. And the way I broke it down for them was this. The chart can do three things, just three. It's either going up, it's going down, it's going nowhere. Well, we can see when it's going nowhere because its candle don't move. So really, you've got a 50-50 chance. And all you're looking to do is go from one level to the next level. That's it. That's your job. And your edge is figuring out what the direction is. Now, if you get the direction right, it'll forgive a bad entry, which is why I stage backwards, because I've already got the direction in mind. And that's what I'm sticking to. The chances are I'll enter wrong, because we all do. You know, you get in at the wrong moment and the market inevitably just goes the opposite direction. Does it all the time. But if you look at how the market works, well, it's up, it's down, it's up, it's down, it's up, it's down. We don't know if this is going to run 1, 2 candles and drop, or 1, 2, 3, 4 and drop, or in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 candles and then drop. But what's the similarity of them? Well, might have dropped, but it went up. Might have dropped, but it went up. Might have dropped, it's now pushing back up. So who's to say this isn't going to break the top of that? If that's the dominant direction. That's what we're looking for, guys. That's the simplest way of trading. Now, you can follow as many gurus as you like, but until you get that principle into your thick skull, you'll always fail. And you will fail, and it'll cost you a lot of money. And touching on the gurus and one thing and another, people have a go at me all the time. I don't sell anything. You know, I have got a course put together, but I made it for the guys that I look after. I don't sell it, you know. And that course, Where the Scruff, is 40 modules, and most of it is homework about how to get to grips with the chart, how to look for certain things outside of the chart. In other words, your big picture, and then trade. All right. And yes, you can say, well, I pay for the group, so you're just one of them. No, I pay for the group to keep the Popeyes out. It's that simple. And the group is peanuts in relation to what you get. You can spend 1 week in there and you'll gain more knowledge than you will buying God knows how many courses. And at $199, you're taking the piss when you have a go at me. You genuinely are. And if anybody leaves, I always wish them well. I never think anything of it because it is a community. It's that simple. And the guys come back because it's all come and go. So how do you spot the guru? They're the ones who tell you their system is magic and you're going to be rich. They're the ones with the glossy videos. My videos aren't glossy because I'm not a filmmaker. I do this because I enjoy it and I want to show you that it is possible in the real world. That's it. Which is why. But when you see all the glossy videos and the brilliant lighting and all of this, there's always an ulterior motive. And the guys will stand testament to this, and I do hope they drop it in the comments. I get asked to promote companies every day. Every day. Oh, I'll pay you to promote this. I'll pay you to promote that. And I've shown them the emails and my response. It's no. Because I'm not here to sell my soul. You know, I have, well, case in point, I'll let the guys go into the comments and see if the guys will stand testament to this. And I genuinely hope they do, because if they put a comment in confirming it, it just shows that we are a community. And if they don't, it shows then you're in for self-serving, And if you're in for self-serving, well, you're probably going to find you're on the wrong foot. There's something for you to think about. So you watch the glossy videos and see if there's any real substance to it. You know, think of it this way. If I'm a multi-millionaire, why am I selling you a course? Or why am I putting myself out there to get hammered with the trolls? Simple questions to ask, you know. I do this because I love it. I genuinely do, you know. And for the 200 quid a month or whatever it is YouTube pays me, yeah, I'm going to retire on that. So, what have we done? Well, we've just been stopped out. And am I worried? Not in the slightest. Not in the slightest. Because I achieved what I was after. I achieved my goal. And that goal was defined before I went to market. So, there you go. There's the results of today. Wanted 50 quid, we got 65. So that 15 makes the next trade that little bit easier, because if I want 50 quid out of that one, I actually only need 35. And that's the way I think. That's the way I break this down. You know, simple process and simple trading. And just as final thoughts, that's what you want to be doing when you're trading. Keep it as simplistic as possible. In fact, the more information you crave and you chase, it's probably doing you more damage than good. Because I see this as well. Oh, I'll exhaust all the information he knows. Oh, there's somebody else in the group who's doing really well. Right, I'm going to exhaust everything they do. But no two people are the same. Know thyself, it is the beginning of wisdom. So what you're getting from me and what you're getting from the next, and then when you think you're sick of that because you can't make it work, you jump to the next group and you go, well, what's he doing? What's that one doing? What's this one doing? Oh, well, I'm not working anymore, so I'm going to go to the next one. It might be some girly somewhere. Oh, well, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. Well, they're not brilliant because they can't trade for shit in the first place, which is why they're making glossy videos. That's what I'm driving at, you know. But actually, if you stripped it all back, looked in the mirror, you'll find your best teacher is you. Because only you know your pain, only you know your pleasure. And then it's how to work within that framework so you're not on an emotional roller coaster of fear and greed. You're just calm and you're thinking, well, I want 50 quid. Do 50 quid. A couple of hours later, I want 50 quid. Do your 50 quid. A couple of hours later, I want 50 quid. Do your 50 quid. Just by simplistically working your way through the day, just like a job. And then suddenly you might have 150, 200 pounds for only getting 10 pips here, 20 pips there, instead of chasing the big swinger. Something for you to think about across the weekend. When it comes to trading, your levels will give you the roadmap. Direction is king. And above all, be patient. Don't try and chase the rainbow. Don't try and chase the unicorn. Just sit back, let the price come to you, and you'll be fine. But if you're out there looking for the magic pill, and you're going, oh, that's brilliant, and I'm chasing from one person to the next, you're always going to be doing that. You're going to be spinning plates for the rest of your life. You need to knuckle in and keep it simple. So as always, guys, trade well, keep the risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.